heart's in the right place. It's just a pity his brain was not engaged.
I call Simon O'Connor.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Pleased to take a call on this broadcasting Games of National Significance Amendment Bill. I found this debate very unsettling already, not so much that I'm in opposition to the member's bill, that I'm in agreement with Trevor Mallard. It's a very unsettling place to be. I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with that, but I just actually want to echo in many ways what Mr Mallard said, particularly around who owns sport. I think that was a very salient point. The other is actually the community dynamics that do come from this. It's not the absolute argument of why we should pay for television, but actually most of us can think of those occasions where you do go down to your local rugby club or pub or just to your mates who have Sky Sport to go and watch. Probably the other unsettling part as a fencer, I notice that nothing in this bill speaks about the great sport of fencing. I was in the catch-all clause. I've been writing. Well, that's excellent then. That's probably one small bit of opposition, and I look forward to seeing more fencing on television. But actually, that echoes something. That actually echoes something we said. Oh no, not at all. I leave that to others. I leave that to the leader of the opposition, who sits on fences and then changes how he sits on them. Look, Mr Speaker, this is a bill, I believe, not unsurprisingly, out of New Zealand First. Which has that sort of populist pandering and a romantic view of the past. And while I again don't doubt the intention and potential goodwill of the member, referring back to sports as he and others thought of it in the 70s and the way things were, is just that romanticising of something that doesn't exist anymore. Society has moved on. The models now, the business models of how we engage with sport have changed. And fundamentally, a lot of sport, those listed in the schedule here, are now professional. And colleagues in the House already at this early stage have indicated the high reliance which our national sports have on the revenue generated by broadcasting. We've received information from the primary codes, the likes of netball and cricket, rugby, of course, that a substantial, almost half their revenue is gained from broadcasting. And that, in turn, is what enables them to do the development in schools that's been mentioned. It's what enables them to engage players to keep them here in New Zealand. And what this bill is asking us to do, because of some romantic view of the past, is for the government, the taxpayers of New Zealand, in fact, not all the taxpayers who watch sport, an awkward sentence, all taxpayers, some who won't watch sport, to fund that. And there is no understanding or articulation that I've heard yet from the members supporting this bill of where that money's going to come from. As it has been pointed out, there's nothing free here. Someone's going to have to pay. And what this bill is trying to do is to push all of that cost on to the taxpayer. And those who work in broadcasting, and the most notable, of course, is the likes of Sky Television, will tell you the hundreds of millions of dollars of investment that it takes to do the broadcasting. It's not simply about turning up with an old camera in front of television. Our requirements now, I think of even college sport. I was over in Glendowie last year as Sacred Heart was battling it out with St Kitts. Sky was there. Again, we're talking top-notch cameras, camera crews and the technology to make sure that level of broadcasting at its highest and professional level. So again, we have moved on as a country to what we expect. This is an expensive business. The market, I think, is managing it perfectly well at the moment, and to simply bring it across to government is just, it doesn't make any sense. As much as we got a whole argument too, if I put my health hat on, that somehow free broadcasting is going to influence obesity by, I don't know, having all our young people sitting around watching free television. It just doesn't make sense. And just to sort of bring out a final point, the fundamental principle, if I recall in the bill, here we go, I don't have to recall, it's in front of me. The general policy statement talks about enjoyment. The whole basis of this is that people enjoy sport, that we should in turn make that broadcasting free. Well, actually, I enjoy watching sport. I enjoy actually going along to sport. So I'm really interested in the member supporting a bill or putting one up that allows me not to pay a ticket price to go and view.
Called Julianne Gender.
Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to thank the member who's brought this bill to the House.